How's it going, Gray Boys? It is week 10. We're on a bye, and we'll be playing at Rutgers next week. So we'll just try to get our recruiting out of the way and hope that we are nice and rested up. Sure, it's Rutgers, but it is a Power 5 opponent, so we want to show up and we want to have a good game. As we look at our recruiting, unfortunately, Craig McCauley did end up committing to Tennessee last week. It would have been an insane pickup for us, but it just wasn't in the cards, and it gives us a bunch of points to give to somebody else. And let me tell you, we have a lot of really good players that we could potentially be looking at here. And a few that we need to scout first off. Austin Sims, a defensive tackle, maybe could make up for the loss there. All of these guys, I think we have a decent shot to get late in the season here. It would just take a lot of work, and Philip Anderson, the defensive end, is a gem, up to a 78 overall. Good power moves and finesse moves, good tackle, good strength. He seems all right. Maybe a little bit low on acceleration for a defensive end, but who knows? Maybe he can play D-tackle just fine as well. How about Calvin Stover? Strong safety, goes up to a 67. He seems pretty mediocre. And Chris Brown, he's going to be hitting guys all over the place. He just goes up to a 68 overall. Decently strong, and he's got good impact blocking. He's not the best offensive lineman we've ever seen, but you never know. Maybe he could find his way into some sort of rotation a few years down the line. Now, we do have a couple of guys ready to visit. The number 6 athlete in the country and the 5-star Derek Bentley, 78 overall. We are already 3,300 points in front of USC, so we'll expect to lock him up no problem. And then Cliff Reed, the 67 overall corner. Both guys ready to visit, so we can set those up. For Derek, well, how locked is he? Only 58% locked. He doesn't want to come play for us, but we're the team that's like pushing the hardest for him. He's going to go to that NIU game. That's the one that we're kind of trying to send everybody to. And we'll continue to pour points into him to hopefully get him committed sooner rather than later. Cliff Reed also going to go to that NIU game. Just go through and make sure that we've offered scholarships to everybody that we are in the lead with. Just make sure that we can maximize our chances of picking up an insta-commit. And this one, Steve Vinson, this fullback that we added, I think last week, we're already 25 points in the lead with him. No insta-commit, but I'm sure he's going to like that. Are we the only team to offer him a scholarship? We are 30% locked. That looks good. All right, who else can we give some points to? Philip Anderson, low lock cheese kind of guy, 78 overall. I think we would probably be foolish not to give him a ton of points. Nobody's offered them a scholarship or anything, and we've got 3 of those types of players, so we're just gonna go with the best available. Try to get if our offensive and defensive lines can be absolute powerhouses, then we don't necessarily have to have incredible skill positions. So I just think for me, that'll really allow us to dominate the line of scrimmage, and then we can from there choose what kind of football we want to play. So bye-week recruiting is done. We're not even going to bother taking a look at ESPN because we can just see this week's results when we sim towards this week 11, and we'll see what we can do, and maybe if we're favored to win against Rutgers. We do have another recruit ready for visit, Fred Bell, looking to come. Jason Sutherland is committed to Boston College. I actually was thinking about taking him off the board last week because we were like 4,000 points behind, but now I will have to do it anyways. Arthur Robertson and Chris Whitaker, we are in recruiting battles for, but other than that, not really any news. No XP in the bye week, and we are ranked. We've made it into the top 25. Cakewalk for us, this. Rutgers is 2-7. We're definitely favored to win. Rutgers is the higher overall team, and they're probably 2-7 because they're playing a more difficult schedule than us, but we'll see. Let's see. They beat an FCS team 17-0. I don't know what to feel about that. Lost to San Jose, lost to Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Michigan. They've been getting beat soundly in all of those games. Just lost to Penn State. They beat a 3-5 Ohio State on the road in overtime, and then lost to a 2-6 Indiana. So we'll just have to hope that they don't pull out the Ohio State magic. We do get to play them on their own turf, so they don't get that crazy away game voodoo. And maybe we can just, I don't know, look okay, get that 7th win of the season. For us, our 2 losses are against number 1 Purdue. Wait, Purdue's number 1? Okay, well, we lost to the number 1 team in the country. That doesn't feel too terrible of a loss. In fact, Some would say it's a quality loss. And then a disappointing loss at Ohio. But even then, the Bobcats are 6-3. Since then, kind of close games here and there, but we've put it away enough. I mean, we dominated Bowling Green as we should have because they're 1-7, and did the same against Toledo, who's 1-8. So we've been taking care of our bad opponents, kind of struggling against the good ones. So we'll hope that Rutgers will count as one of those bad opponents. Let's get this little bit of recruiting out of the way that we can this week. Just 300 points to give away, and a couple of guys ready for visits, or one guy ready for visit. We'll set up this Fred Bell visit. Again, a huge lead for him, but I think he was a low-lock cheese kind of guy. So get him going to that NIU game on week 14. And then, is there any scholarships that we need to offer? Anybody who doesn't have a scholarship offered that we could? Okay, Philip Anderson, that defensive end. If we are lucky, a little insta-commit. Oh, OBS is kind of screwed up again. Hopefully that was the one time it'll do it today. It just stopped recording. Anyways, we put the rest of our points into some guys. Took a few points away from guys that we were super high up, 4,000 plus points up and gaining. And then just redistributed it to guys that were low-lock cheese additions. Let's take a look at our top 25, and then we can actually look at some award semifinalists to see what's going on there. Purdue, again, the #1 team in the country, undefeated, so that looks good for us. We could see a loss with Auburn playing at number 16 Georgia. They're undefeated. A lot of undefeated teams, in fact. The top 8 has not lost, and it's looking pretty interesting. Purdue, Florida, Auburn, Notre Dame, Army, Houston, USC, and then Georgia Southern. All over the place there. And in fact, Houston just jumped up from 11-6 after beating Cincinnati in overtime. And I'm pretty sure that Cincinnati was maybe undefeated. Hawaii is sitting undefeated. A lot of one-loss teams. And yeah, that was Cincinnati's first loss. And Kansas just took their first loss, dropping from number 8. So chances for chaos. Penn State and Michigan will play, so one of them will take their second. But this has just not been a very chaotic year for the top 25. And even still, we've managed to jump up into that top 25. So I'm going to say that's pretty impressive. 6-2 at Rutgers. We're definitely the lowest overall team here, but we'll take it. We were ranked in the BCS at the end of the last episode, and we've moved up to 24th there. And at this point, again, 0 chance we're making it to any sort of playoff, but if we can continue to win, even if we don't win the MAC, we just want to get to the best bowl game possible. In the Heisman, it is a running back from Army, a running back from Kansas, and then the quarterbacks for Purdue, Georgia Southern, and Notre Dame. So basically teams that are having a lot of success this year. Their star players on offense are getting onto this board. I think Kansas is the only team from these 5 that has a loss, and it's just one, and they just took it. So kind of a typical Heisman race for this season. Our award semifinalists. I'm curious, is there a chance that we could have somebody on any of these lists? For the Max, well, there's absolutely no chance. The Walter Camp, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Durham Finch Jr. made his way up there, but just not enough big plays to get him a lot of yards, and we kind of struggled figuring out our offense early. Nobody for the Bednarik, or the Nagurski, or the O'Brien, or the Doak Walker, or the Bolitnikov, and I feel like I'm going to say that for pretty much everything. I don't even think that we're going to have really a candidate for best return man, although, okay, for the Thorpe secondary award, Samuel Thomas is up there. He's got 36 tackles, 6 tackles for loss. But then the big one's a forced fumble and 2 interceptions. Thomas, definitely one of our better players, a defensive captain in his redshirt senior year at 80 overall. That's big for us. For the Groza, it's a teal boy up there, Eric Jones, the sophomore. For the guy, nobody for us. And we don't have anybody for the Jet, the returner award. Coastal does, so that's interesting to see. And I gotta wonder if that returned punt for a touchdown last week would do anything to get Stan Williams as even being thought of for this award. Well, let's get into this one, and hopefully it is a cakewalk. 77 overall for Rutgers with a 77 offense and a 76 defense. To me, that says that we're probably going to struggle just because of the way that we've played, but coming in as the favorite maybe we could do some damage. Let's just go random on our jersey. If we end up in a home jersey, so be it. Alt 4. I guess we're wearing green to this Rutgers game. And can we give them something interesting? What if they wear like scarlet and black? Will it allow us to continue to wear green? Yeah, let's just go with a color game. Why not? That is always fun. Okay, looking at these rankings, I feel relatively confident. Again, Rutgers has played harder opponents than us, but they have a terrible offense just like us, and they have a terrible defense as well, which we haven't had to deal with. And I'm imagining maybe they have some injuries. A couple of players visiting will try to ruin their days just for the sake of it. And, okay, kind of shows why they're not great. Their best player is their quarterback, but just 84 overall, and then they drop down again into those low 80s. For us, it's not that far off. Most of the games this season, our top players have been way off of the opponent's top players, but we're looking okay. Poole there, I'm expecting big things from him today. He's been looking good. They have a corner out with a torn groin for 5 more weeks, so that is pretty brutal. And again, I think the key to this game, like every other game, is for us just to hold on to the football. If we don't make mistakes, if we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, we'll have a decent chance to compete. Well, here we are. In the state of New Jersey, I was going to be excited that we weren't going to Ohio, but I'm not sure if this is much better. A night game, something that we haven't had to deal with much this season, so hopefully the players are up for it. And I know that tails never fails, but something about New Jersey seems off. We're going heads when we win the toss. We're going to elect to kick this one off. Just a gentle breeze today. We are just going to get this one underway and hope for the best. Awfully cold, so the wind isn't going to be a factor, but the cold could be, and that's a huge job gunning down there from Walters. 5 wide for the Scarlet Knights coming out to open this one up. This could be a problem for us. I would say that our coverage has been suspect all season long, and right over the middle, they're going to pick up 9 yards pretty much immediately. Mario McGee coming out, making a big play to start. I'm going to try to bring some pressure on this 2nd and 2. Quarterback all the time in the world, has a man open over the middle. I missed the tackle, and there's another 11 yards. We'll see what we can do with our personnel at all today. Over the middle, another guy open. I gotta be honest, I don't feel confident now knowing that they're passing the ball this much. If we can't get pressure on this quarterback, we will not stand a chance today. And so far, they've thrown only short passes, although Joel Williams scrambling a little bit there. I like that. That does put them into a 3rd and 3. Quickly snapping the ball. Quarterback gets sacked. I feel like that's on the quarterback, not our defense necessarily. He definitely could have had guys open. 88 was going to come open there. But the defense, after giving up some, pretty big plays early, gets it together and gets this stop. They're going to have to punt this one away. Poole back to return this one. Going to be fielded. Can he get some blocks? Answer's no. 4-yard return, so a little bit better field position for the offense. But the blocking there certainly left something to be desired. I gotta say, stands are awfully full here for a Rutgers game. That makes me worried as the crowd could make could be a factor. Finch Jr. on the counter gets 3 yards for us. And I have a feeling that our 2 offenses are polar opposites. We are a run first, just try to pick up a couple yards here and there type of team. And it seems like they're going to be passing all game long. I'm actually curious to know if they have a running back on the roster, but on 3rd and 4, we will step back to throw, just trying to get that first down. It could be open. Curtis with a great run. Step back cheese, not going to work that time, but there's 18 yards and a first down for us as we get near midfield. Definitely would not mind a nice big passing play on the day, but we can't expect it, and maybe we can expect one of these to break. Durham Finch has been kind of close to squeaking out a couple more yards. All I know at this point, though, is that it just hasn't quite happened. So Jerome Simmons comes in for his first carry out towards the edge. He's going to have some blockers, and they're not quite going to do enough. He got hung up on one of those linemen for a bit. We were able to get positive yards on the play, but it does bring up a 3rd and short. And I'll call this 4-down territory. I kind of like Morris on this one. We'll see what they do. No, over the middle. Wilson catches it. And John's got us another first down. It really is strange to me when Albert comes out and just makes good throws like that, seemingly out of nowhere, but I'm not upset. We're going to try something here. Halfback direct snap to Durham Finch Jr. And he's got no blocking. And he's going to lose 2 yards. I'm kind of looking for John Wilson again here. Maybe Mitchell. 2nd and 12, we're going play action pass. I'm sure that they'll be expecting it a little bit. A was open over the middle, but John Wilson, we kind of throw him open. And we're inside the red zone now, threatening to score. That was a great throw, starting to feel the pressure from Albert. He starts the game 3 of 3. And it's back to the ground as we'll give it to Durham Finch Jr., cutting it back inside. 6 yards there. I might have put us at the 5-yard line. And we are at the point now where we're looking for that touchdown. Triple option. Kind of a different triple option than what we're used to, but we're going to try it here. And I got to let Albert just keep it. I didn't want him to take the shot. He kind of dove for it. I wanted him to slide, but we'll take it. It's 3rd and 1 from the 2-yard line. And it's time for a toss play? No, I called the toss play. That's not what we got, so try to audible here. Just give it to Jerome Simmons up the middle of the offensive line. Looking fantastic. Number 2 came in there and almost just shattered our dreams, but Jerome able to get in. We take a 7-0 lead here at the end of the first. I said end of the first. There's still 50 seconds left, I guess. That was an 11-play, 70-yard drive for the offense, as special teams does a solid job again there. And in a strange twist here, well, it turns out that Rutgers does have a running back. They step back. This is a screen that the quarterback throws away. That was going to be a slip screen to that running back. Maybe he realized that I recognized the play and was going to blow it up, so he elects just to throw it away. They're now 3 of 4. This one, another screen. They shouldn't have got 6 yards there. That was kind of a weird one, and honestly, I expected us to be able to tackle him behind the line. Unfortunately, on 3rd and 4, they're going to step back, looking to throw. I left the running back wide open. That's on me. So, Scarlet Knights get themselves back to about midfield. We're going to try to bring pressure on this one, seeing what we can do. This one's going to be maybe some sort of RPO, stepping back to throw. And just slings it out of bounds over the receiver's head. So the pressure working out that time. As we'll come out in a zone for this play and see what we can do. 2nd and 10, split backs. They're going to hand it off, and look at the hole up the middle. A broken tackle and a block picked up, and Rutgers is going to score on a 50-yard touchdown run. Oh, man. Hopefully they don't realize that they can't run the ball against us, because we could be in trouble, as they're going to tie this one up. Well, we'll get a chance to return our first kick here at least. See what Poole can do. Shallow in the end zone for sure. We're going to bring it out. Not looking like we're going to get good blocks, and no, there's just no chance. We're down at the 16-yard line. I'm thinking I might take a little bit of a shot on this. 7 seconds left. We're going to go play action. And to open up the drive, Curtis was wide open over the middle. We just couldn't throw it in time. That was going to be at least 10 yards, maybe a whole lot more. We're going with this triple option again. Final play of the quarter. And Albert's going to have to keep it. I'm going with the late pitch. That was incredibly risky. So risky, but it kind of worked. We got the first down. And at the end of the quarter, we have the ball tied up. You know, except for one huge play that the defense gave up on a run. They've done a solid job. And for the offense, well, they've only had one drive, so we don't really know exactly what they're capable of today. But if they can score on this one, we're going to feel pretty confident. Although, that's pretty tough, handing it off. Just a big blitz up the middle. Drops us for a loss of 2. Well, I'm going to go to the air. And it's probably predictable at this point, but we'll see what we can do. Kind of looking for Wilson. Wilson! Good catch. Good catch from the tight end. He gets us 16 yards. I was definitely worried that I threw that one a little bit too early, but again, our offensive line has just struggled in the pass protection all season long. That I don't feel confident sitting in the pocket. Durham Finch Jr., 3 yards on that first down. And that puts us at the 100-yard mark on the day. As we'll just continue to run. Jerome Simmons trying to get towards the edge. There's some good blocking. He gets north. And that's 8 yards, putting us right back at midfield. I just got to keep running the ball here, though. can't get too greedy trying to get yards. Give it to Durham Finch. And don't ask me what the heck that user was. There's a huge gap, and I just ran straight into a defender. That is not what you want to see most of the time. 2nd and 6. Let's try something. A little read option. Gonna hand it off to Jerome. He's got plenty of space and enough for the first down. He's getting some good carries right now. You know, it's rough when you're tied up and you have, 3 times, almost 4 times as many first downs as them. How about this? Out of the Wildcat. John Wilson on the jet sweep. Get a yard. Yeah, I mean, as long as we're not going backwards, right? All right, how about this? 2nd and 9. We've had success on this pass play before. Will we again? We just throw it short, we will. John Wilson gets us a 3rd and 1. Probably inside field goal range. But if I was being honest, I would say this is 4-down territory for us. I don't want to kick field goals. I want to get into the end zone. We won't have to come across that dilemma just yet, though. Durham Finch gets the first down on the ground. And we can just continue to burn the clock out on this drive. Midway through the 2nd quarter now. We'll hand it off out towards the edge. There's no blocking, and Simmons certainly doesn't have the speed to escape that, so he'll lose 3 yards. And I'll see if I can catch Rutgers off guard. Typically, when they drop us for a loss, we've been going to the air. Instead, we're going to hand it off here. Give it to Durham Finch. That was maybe an unnecessary spin move. We got the 3 yards back, though. It's 3rd and 10. And I think we'll just toss this one up and hope for the best. Give it to Jerome Simmons, maybe. He's open. He's got the first down. Woo! Had to throw him open a little bit, but it worked out. All right, inside the 15. I'm looking for the end zone. I don't want anything else. Like, something's happening because this is not the play that I thought I chose, but I guess we'll take it. Read option. Albert's going to keep it, and he's going to just have to slide down for a gain of 4. Unfortunately, can't fake the slide in this game. And maybe now we can throw in that pass now inside 2 minutes left in the half. I like Morris. I like Palmer. Is anybody going to get open? Play action, trying to wait, pressure coming. Palmer? Ooh, threw that one a little bit too late, allowed the DB to get there. It's 3rd and 6, and I think I've called a play that probably won't work. We'll see how the blocking looks, because we're going to put Curtis here on the swing screen. So hopefully he can get the catch with some space and with some blockers, and he had some space, but not enough blockers. It's 4th and 3, and I'm going to go for this 100%. And what play better to run here than the one that has worked so well for us down in this spot, the mid-screen. I know back-to-back screens is a little bit risky, but we're going to try it out. Got to let the clock burn down a little bit more here so we don't give Rutgers too much time, because they have all 3 of their timeouts, but we'll see what we can do. Trying to give it to Wilson, getting the pass off. He's short of the line to gain. Oh, just inches short. I don't know if I throw that maybe a quarter second later, but Albert was about to get hit. And the blocking just not quite there. Well, I'm bringing absolutely everything on this run. I don't want them to get an inch. So we're just going to try to stop them from running. It kind of works that time. They pick up a yard. Rutgers not wanting to take their timeouts. I can't say I blame them. Again, though, trying to look to bring some pressure. I'm expecting this maybe to be a run towards the edge. But they might just burn the clock out. We'll see what they do here. This actually could be really big for us in being able to jump this snap. So we're just going to see if we can send it. And a run. Well, we'll take our timeout. They got nothing. It's 3rd and 9. I am going to watch out for the pass on this one. So we're going to go cover 6. Maybe a little bit aggressive on it. It is going to be a handoff out towards the edge. And we stop them. Again, take the timeout. 19 seconds. We'll see what we can do. And we'll try to bring some pressure since they are punting out of their end zone. I don't expect a whole lot here, but you just never quite know. That one, we got decently close. Poole will have a chance at some sort of return. We'll see if he can juke this guy out. Not quite. 10 seconds. Maybe a chance to throw up a pass or two with one timeout. We'll give it the look at the forvert and just hope that something happens here. And right bumper was the one I wanted to throw to. Toss it up for Morris. That didn't quite work. This would be an incredibly long field goal for us, so it's time for a Hail Mary to end the half. And it's kind of upsetting. I feel like we should have scored points. trying to wait to the last second. We throw it up. It's a 2-on-1. It's not caught. Oh, Wilson almost had it off the tip, but he just couldn't quite reel it in. And he was diving into the end zone, so there's no way they would have stopped him. Rutgers may be lucky that we're tied up as we head into the locker room here. Our defense has played, I would say, pretty dang well. A couple of good stops. Just one bad play given up where they get 50 yards on the run. But other than that, they've done well. And the offense has done pretty solid as well. We were, inches short of converting on that 4th down. And sure, if we take the field goal there, maybe we're up 3. But it allowed the defense to give us a chance. And again, just so close to getting a touchdown at the half. And we get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So feeling pretty optimistic here. At this point, I'd like to ask you to like the video if you're enjoying it so far. And we'll get on this second half and see if we can continue to burn these guys. Hoping for a very returnable kick to start this 3rd quarter, and I think that's kind of what we've gotten. We need just a couple of good blocks. Again, not really seeing it. And Poole, again, our 2 returns that were allowed today kept inside the 20. Kind of feel like that one's definitely on the blockers. Not so much on me, but special teams has struggled. Jerome Simmons breaks a tackle, and he's got 5 yards. And I don't know who it was, but we have an injury, so we'll check the injury report after this. It said like 5 weeks. There's Mark Morris, and a good 14 yards. But who is it that's injured? That really matters, especially if it's a 5-week one. Hopefully nobody big. Matt Graham. That might hurt a little bit. 73 overall outside linebacker, and it's 7 weeks, so that's pretty much the rest of the season. Not what you want to see, but we've been pretty lucky with the injuries so far this season, so it shouldn't be the end of the world. 1st and 10, again, trying the triple option, waiting. Got the pitch out late. Stan Williams, unfortunately, is the one with it, and we know he's not the fastest. Albert kind of fighting through the contact and able to get the pitch out, and then some beautiful downfield blocking allowed that one. I'm liking what I'm seeing from these guys so far today, and we're just going to keep running the ball. Jerome Simmons getting it on a little bit of a fake counter. 2 yards. Again, should have been more than that, though. What if we just keep looking to the air? Passing has worked relatively well today. I'm expecting somebody over the middle. Throw the safe one, give it to John Wilson. We'll take our yards. I'm going to attempt to run on this 3rd down. It's Pat Robinson in, which means that we're really running through the running backs today. But Pat, with some beautiful blocking and some beautiful moves inside the 10, down to the 3 or the 4 yard line. 34 yards, the fresh legs making a difference, as well as that, again, the blocking from the wide receivers is great today. 12 first downs to Rutgers 2, and we just continue to dominate the time of possession, and that's almost a touchdown. I thought it was in for a second, but that gap closed. Stan gets us 2 yards closer, and we will just keep running this ball. Williams stays in, brings Smith in motion. We're going to go for a little power out towards the edge. No blocking, but we get north, and he fights his way in. Stan Williams, 3 carries, gets himself 22 yards and a touchdown. And we will retake that lead 14-7 midway through the 3rd quarter. The defense is going to be a little bit short-handed for this upcoming drive, so we'll see how they handle that adversity. Otherwise, we'll see, can we do anything? Special teams struggling. This one could go the distance. Jones can't get the tackle. Thankfully, some backup arrives, but not before Melvin Stevens takes that one. 42 yards. And just like that, fantastic field position for Rutgers. Kind of expecting a run. It's an option out towards the edge. We stop the quarterback dead in his tracks and drop him for a loss of 3. That's a huge tackle from Troy Carter. That gets this drive started off on absolutely the right foot. We're going to bring a little zone blitz. Seeing what we can do on this 2nd and 13. Man goes in motion. It's handed off, a big gap. We shut it down relatively quickly and force a 3rd and 7. And again, trying to bring some pressure. This could be really dangerous. Poole left a guy open. Thank goodness they went for the screen. Can Walters get there? Oh, we just stopped him. It's 4th and 1, but this could be go for it territory for Rutgers. And the fans are getting loud as they are going to go for it. 4th and 1, a couple of running backs in formation, trying to bring some pressure on this one. They're going to step back to pass. And it's a turnover on downs. The perfect timing from Blair on that coverage. Nothing that they could do there. It looked like he was going to be open, but he just got a hand in there. Some solid team defense and one great individual play. And now the field has completely flipped. Now we have great field position. And just like that, Stan Williams has us across the 45. This is a 2-7 Rutgers, we got to remember. So we should be beating them pretty soundly, but it is still a Big Ten team, which means they're going to put up a fight. We've got Finch Jr. back in, nice and rested up, and we'll give him another carry here on the counter. 1st and 10, trying to pick something up, but he got almost the right block, but man, that was a good play from David Schaefer. Would really hate not to score on this drive. 2nd and 12, we'll step back to throw. Play action, hope for the best. They're only rushing 3. A is wide open. Morris, well, he's got us that 1st down, and the passing has been honestly pretty solid for us all day long. Our guys are making nice catches, and Albert has been fairly accurate. He's 11 of 15, which might be a season best for him at this point. Some blocking for Durham Finch Jr., but it closes really quickly. And again, it just feels like they're really keying in on the run here, and you know what? We're going to send one deep. It looks like they might try to bring some pressure. We'll see if we can get something off really quick. Pressure coming. Waiting, throwing. That was not who we threw to. We threw it to B coming over the middle. It was the first inaccurate throw from Albert all game long, and it's likely going to be a pick 6 unless we can get there with John Wilson, and it's not going to happen. Not at all who I was trying to throw the ball to. We had a guy open. Albert just finally had a bad throw. And boy, did we pay for it. All tied up once again with 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. That's brutal. Man, you thought that we switched the momentum with the turnover on downs, but now it is fully in Rutgers' favor. Offense is going to have to come out and have a really good drive. And again, just not good from the special teams returning the ball today. Can't necessarily be afraid to throw on this drive, but we're definitely going to be running to start. Jerome Simmons gets us off to a good foot. That's 7 yards downfield. And we're going to let the 3rd quarter come to a close here. I think at this point, it'll cool down the momentum that Rutgers has gotten. And it'll give us a chance to mentally reset, rest up a little bit, and just get ready. 1 quarter to play. We are tied up. Can we pull out the win? We should, but can we? 6 minutes left. We'll see who comes out on top. Clutch skill activated for Rutgers. Certainly has me a little bit worried. We'll see if they're going to do anything to stop this one. We're going to go back to pass. Wide open over the middle. That's a shame. If I throw that second earlier, Mark Morris gets way more than 10 yards. But each one of those passes that we get just kind of backs off the pressure and will allow our running backs that much more breathing room. Stan Williams on this one has some good downfield blocking. In fact, it's great downfield blocking, and Stan Williams takes it 31 yards across midfield. That is exactly what we needed. You never know how many points we're going to need to win, so at this stage in the game, if we get into field goal range and get hit with a 4th that's not like 4th and inches, we're definitely just going to kick the field goal. Although if we can just run 6 yards a time, that would be great. Let's throw him off. Let Albert try to get a little bit of running in here as well. Looks like they want to bring some pressure. And Albert, oh, he took a shot, but he did get us that 1st down. Something has got to give here. We'll look to the air. I like Stan Williams' route on this one. What can we do? Stepping back to throw. Nobody open. Just, oh, gosh. Oh, that should have been another pick. I felt the pressure coming and honestly panicked on that one. There's no excuses, all on me. Hopefully they don't get us too bad here. Man, the pressure just keeps coming, and it's 3rd and 8. I really don't want to settle for that field goal, but we might have to. Now, I think this play has about a 0% success rate on the season for us. But we're going to try a slip screen again and just hope for the best. Let's put Morris on a slant. We might actually just check down out of it. And couldn't even get the pass off in time. Well, we're kicking this field goal. 4:22 left in the game. We should get at least one more drive, but this would give us a nice lead. 36-yarder. We got all of it. Beautifully accurate right down the middle. Take a 3-point lead. 17-14 with 4:19 left. We'll just have to hope the defense can get a stop here. They've been good all game long. Really, we just need one more stop, I want to say, with how much we've been able to burn the clock. Decent job gunning down there. We'll keep them inside the 20. And I gotta say, this has just not been a good game for special teams, as they're gonna step back, running back in the backfield, expecting the run. It's an option out towards the edge. Can we string him out enough? Fox slows him down. A couple of broken tackles. Still on his feet as Phillip Hicks gets 9 yards. He had to fight for almost every yard of that, but he makes it work and gets it done. How about this? 2nd and 1. Nichols in motion, expecting the run. They give it to Hicks, and he's got a lot of space. Again, another broken tackle. Poole can't get it. Another broken tackle. He will not be brought down today. Oh, my goodness. At this point, I'm honestly kind of just not to get caught out in a pass. Here's that play action. Knew that was coming. We did a good job to stop it. That might slow him down a little bit here. Or maybe not. Still in the hurry up. And for a team that I was expecting to pass a ton, only 10 attempts for this quarterback to this point. Cunningham coming in motion. I'm going to expect this to be a handoff to him. No, they give it to the running back, but we get this stop, so it's 3rd and 8. And now a chance for the D to get off the field. I am fully expecting this to be a pass, and I fully expect their kicker to be able to handle a pass of this distance. This is slip screen. Can we get there with Jackson? Not quite. There's the tackle. 4th and 4. Will we see the field goal team? Well, you never know what could happen here. We'll see if maybe we could block it or something. I don't really expect it. We put a man back to return. And the clock is moving on Rutgers, which you would think they wouldn't want, so maybe they'll fake this. And this seems like a mistake, but they are going to burn the clock down. Oh, we came awfully close to blocking that one. Kick is up and good. How big would that have been? Able to time the snap. If we had a little bit faster guy there, if that was Poole, maybe we block it. And, that would have been... I would have lost my mind again. Well, it's 17 all with 2:25. I guess they just didn't want us to have a lot of time to work with, as Poole will be back to return this one. And we haven't been good all game long, but that one, well, it's decent. Gets us about 28, 29-yard line. Well, at this stage, so long as we hold on to the football, we should be expecting a win or overtime here. I gotta say, 2 minutes and 20 seconds is not a lot of time for our offense to work with. And I will be passing this football. We're looking for the win here. I can't be scared of a team like Rutgers. Throw the check down. Stan Williams has it. Can't quite shake his man, so he's going to get tackled with the clock moving now inside 2 minutes. It's 3rd and 2 now, and I got to be honest, I didn't think Albert was going to make that throw. It was kind of off of his back foot on the move. This is risky, and that was a mistake. Timeout taken by Rutgers. This is going to be a controversial decision, but I'm going to go for it. Robinson is in. He's got decent speed. We just need 3 yards. If we give them the ball back, we lose 100%. And Robinson did it. That is enough to move the change. Rutgers has already used one of their timeouts, and the offense will get a stay out on the field. Oh, that was absolutely massive. I'm looking for Morris or Wilson here. Stepping back, Wilson's going to be wide open. Catches it. If he breaks that tackle, he's gone, but he stops the clock with a 1st down. I do have to remember that I have all of my timeouts to work with, so we don't need to get it all right away. Stepping back, B is open, giving it to John Wilson again, and again, he gets another 1st down. Fighting for every yard right now. And with all 3 of our timeouts in a minute and a half, we are going to hand this ball off to Robinson, get a little bit on the ground, or maybe lose a little bit on the ground. That's kind of a bummer. We'll take our 1st timeout. Well, Pat's still in, and I'm going to be looking for him through the air. It looks like they want to bring pressure, so hopefully we can burn them there. And Robinson is wide open. He's able to fight through the defender, but not able to pick up the 1st down. It's 3rd and 2, nearing field goal range. And it's just weird to rely on our, 3rd or 4th string running back, but we're going to continue to do it. A handoff to Robinson. He's got another 1st down for us inside a minute. Rutgers has got to be a little bit worried at this point. 21 1st downs to Rutgers 3. And I think that just shows how much they've been moving the ball, or how much they've had big plays. As I'm going to start to let the clock burn down. We're in field goal range. They have timeouts that they can ice us with, but they're not going to have time to get the ball back, and that's incredibly important. We'll hand the ball off up the middle again to Robinson inside 30 seconds. Just trying to keep it centered up as much as possible because I am liable to miss a kick while iced in this game. 2nd and 7 now. 15 seconds to go. We'll hand it off to Mitchell. Again, got us kind of evened up here. And with 3 seconds left, I'm taking our first timeout here. Seeing what we can do. It's a 34-yard field goal, and there's the timeout to ice us from Rutgers. Anti-freeze skill activated, but it doesn't do enough. Yeah, I'm going to take another timeout. Maybe we can break it there. It doesn't do anything. This is a 34-yarder with a little bit of a tailwind. We hit one from 36 earlier in the game. I'm just going to trust that we have this lined up right and try to kick it straight down the middle. Looked like we got all of it, and it's perfect. Clock is expired, and we're going to walk it off. With that field goal, kicker coming in clutch today. We go into New Jersey to beat Rutgers 20-17. Our 7th win of the season. And Rutgers is 8th. We'll take it. Not the prettiest win. But are any of them going to be pretty when we're 72 overall? I'm not so certain. ESPN classic game for us. And it turns out that decision to go for it in our own territory on 4th and 3 was absolutely key. Works out in our favor this time. I mean, I don't know if you guys would have done it. I don't know if you agree with it. Maybe you think we should have relied on the defense, but you got to give your offense some chances. You got to be confident in your offense's ability, and they got it done, and they get the win. Albert, just one miscue really on the day, throwing that interception. Other than that, one of his better games this year. Okay, well, at the end of it, it looked pretty good. It hit 21 first downs for us to Rutgers' 3. And yet, they almost beat us. 195 rushing to their 93 and 178 passing to their 59. Their offense did nothing. Essentially, we gave them good field position once, and then threw the pick 6 once, and then they had a big 50-yard rush. Other than that, they did almost nothing. Offensive players of the game for us, it's Stan Williams, 7 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. 70 would be a little insane. And Eric Lane, 4 tackles. I mean, the defense wasn't out on the field all that long, so not a lot of chances to make some crazy plays. So again, moves us to 7-2. We will stay ranked as we continue to win. Let's go ahead and advance. We've got another rivalry game on the road at Central Michigan next week. And we could be coming in as maybe a number 24, number 23 team in the country. Certainly, you got to like our odds. Ooh, our offensive coordinator, John Arnold, has leveled up. And a bunch of guys ready to visit. Unfortunately, Derek Rollins commits to Auburn. But, I mean, look at all these visits from really good players. We don't need a 69 overall tight end if we can get everything else. 22 in the country. Oh, it's looking good. Central Michigan, a 4-5 team. They, like always, are the higher overall team. They look better statistically in most categories this season, but, you know, we've just continued to win. So what is it that really they can do? All I know is I'm feeling confident, but unfortunately, that's going to have to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed this one, please feel free to hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't done that already and you want to be notified when new videos get posted. And then head to the description where you can find links to my Twitch at twitch.tv/GoonMaster. There's also links to my Twitter, our community Discord, and the College Football Revamped mod if you're trying to get it for yourself. All that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is GoonMaster. You guys are the Gray Boys, wherever you are. Have a good night or have a good morning, and we'll see you later. Adios.